Hello, it's Nat here. I thought I'd make another little video for you. This one is more for kind of parents and families to watch. And this one is about just what we do on a Sunday morning for our family worship time. Now, I don't know how you've been finding that. I don't know whether you've tried to do some singing or some Bible reading with your children. I don't know, you just stick Tom on at 9:30, and I'm not saying you shouldn't do that. It's a great thing. Definitely watch stuff at 9:30. But I thought I'd just share with you because it's been I guess I'd say such a revelation to us about how amazing it has been, how difficult it's been as well, but how amazing it has been to do worship with the children as a family together. And if I'm honest, it's not something we ever really did before. You know, we pray with the children regularly, we read the Bible with them regularly. God's very present in our home, but we never actually carved out time each week to get the Bible out or to sing or to pray together as a family. And it's just absolutely, if this isn't too cheesy, it's just kind of brought faith literally home to us, like literally doing the faith in the home has brought it home in a new way to the children. And I'm so glad that's been one of the positives of lockdown. And I'm not a professional, I'm not a teacher, we're not children's workers. There's all sorts of things that we've changed in the last 7 or 8 weeks and we've done differently, we made mistakes. Every week we have a tantrum, and it's not just the children. There's always a moment where I put my head in my hands and think, why on earth are we doing this? And it's difficult, and always one of the child walks off or gets distracted. Like, in no way do what we do on a Sunday is any way perfect or something even to be admired or followed. But we do think we've learned some things. We learned some things from others. There's been some great stuff out there. With Spring Harvest to put some stuff out about a month ago, and we've used some of those things. And we've kind of adjusted some of what we've done and done it differently. But I just wanted to run you through very quickly in the next couple of minutes what it is we do. And there are basically 7 things we do. But before I tell you those 7 things, we normally gather at 10 a.m. on a Sunday morning. We try and get everything else done, you know, whether it's showers and watching a bit of television and having breakfast and getting dressed, get all that out of the way. And then we gather at 10 o'clock, get everybody together in the lounge or in the kitchen around the dining table. And then we do 7 things. And the first thing we do is we acknowledge that God is amongst us. And this is something I got from a very simple thing. I think I got it from Tom that he put up on the website from the Church of England. And we just get a candle, a cross, and a Bible. And the children bring them in and put them on the table or put them in the middle. And each one we say, God is with us and God is present in this home. We all get to say it together. We say, God is with us. So that's the very first thing we do, is acknowledge that God is here. The second thing we do is we sing some songs. And we did try using a guitar, but we found that the children wanted to take over with the guitar and it didn't really work. So what we do now is we just get 2 or 3 songs up on YouTube and we play those upbeat kids worship songs. It's been great, actually. I've been putting together a playlist for those, and I know, again, Tom's put some of those onto the website. And there's some great children's worship songs out there which you can use. After that, we tend to sit in the lounge, and then we come through to the kitchen, and we get a children's Bible, and then our oldest boy, Gideon, he reads a story from that Bible. And then we've got a dice that, again, I downloaded from some of the resources that Tom put up, which has got lots of questions on it. The kids have coloured it in, and we roll that, and we read one of the questions. So what's this one say here? What can you share with someone else from this passage? That one says, what are you going to do as a result of this passage? That one says. So we roll that, and again, the kids love doing that. And then we have some sort of colouring sheet. That's the 4th thing we do, or craft. And the kids can do that after we've done the Bible passage. Normally the colouring sheet is linked to the Bible passage. And then we have a squash and a biscuit, because we found by that point, it's the 5th thing we do, they need a break. You have a squash and a biscuit, and which we prepared beforehand, so it's on the side. The next thing we do is prayer, and again we could use this prayer spinner that I showed you in another video. Or another thing we found is just writing down prayers on a big bit of paper, and then using something like the cross that we then pass around the children. And when you've got the cross, it's your turn to pray. And they found that a really helpful thing as well. And then lastly, you may or may not want to do this, but we do communion together. We have a little bit of bread, a little bit of blackcurrant juice, squash, and again we get the kids involved in that. And what's good about that, which I like, is it always means we're focusing at some point on that Sunday on the death of Jesus, and we talk about the body shed for us, his blood shed for us, and what that means, just very simply and very briefly with the children. And it gives us a moment each week just to think about what Jesus has done for us. And then we might end with a prayer. And that, to be honest, normally takes us quite a long time. And you may think some of those things would work for you, some of those things wouldn't work for you. Maybe you want to whittle it down to maybe 3 or 4 things. I'm very aware also that we aren't dealing with children with special needs, and that you might be, and obviously you might need to adjust things for that. Also, my children are 1, 4, and 6, and you might have teenagers or older children, and you want to do things differently again. But I just really encourage you. I think this is an amazing time. I know for me, as I said, something we never did before, but something we are doing now. And a guy called John Mark Comer, he said this in a talk recently. He said, this could be the greatest moment of spiritual formation in the home that we will ever have. And that really has stuck with me. And I think I don't want to miss this. We are being forced together in a way we haven't been before, having to think through how we do things. We can't just outsource our church or our children's work or our discipleship of our children to other people. Actually, it's on us. And actually, what I love, there's a verse in 1 Thessalonians 2:8 which says this: we cared for you so much, because we loved you so much, we were delighted to share with you not only the gospel of God, but our lives as well. And of course, I don't think Paul's quite meaning what I'm taking the meaning out of that to mean here, but there is something about, we don't just talk to people, we actually invite them into our lives, and that's our children, and us as a family. Actually, we're not just telling our children about it, we're saying, come, let's do it together in the home. I think what probably the main thing is communicating to our children is mummy and daddy believe this so much that even when we can't go to church, we still do church at home, because God is the center of this family. And I just really encourage you, go for it. As I say, we have tantrums and tears every week from children and adults. No week is without difficulties, but it's really, really worth persevering with something. In case you're wondering, what we then do is go out and let the kids out. Once finished, we let the kids outside on the swings. We put Tom on YouTube and we watch him whilst we're peeling potatoes for Sunday lunch, so we don't miss out on the All Saints experience. Anyway, I hope that has helped you. If you've got better ideas than that, I'd love to hear them. And I hope that's helpful. So all the best and stay safe. Take care.